Abrams. I got a very special guest. I have undefeated featherweight Brandon Chambers. Brandon, we back in action on Saturday night, February 19th at the Live Casino and Hotel in Hanover, Maryland, taking on Paul Carroll for the ABF USA featherweight title. Brandon, what's happening?
What's going on, Mark? What's going on, everyone? Thanks for having me again.
My pleasure. What have you been up to? How was your New Year? How was your holidays? Last we saw you in October. So what have you been up to?
Man, holidays been great. Just training. Today is my baby's girl's first birthday, so
Congratulations.
thank
Tell
you.
her we said happy birthday.
Celebrating that. Thank you so much, and I sure will.
What would you do? Cake, anything? A party?
Um, little just a little cake. We're gonna do more cake tomorrow when
Well,
my mom and my sisters and brother are able to come over with their kids. So,
you're fighting in 8 days. How much cake can you have?
well, I really don't like sweets. I might have a spoon or two of her ice cream, but other than that, nah, I don't really
Guy,
like sweets
guy,
too much.
the guy doesn't like sweets, but he wants to eat a slice of pizza and cheesesteak at the same time.
Man, I can't wait to get my hands on that.
I mean, you've been saying it forever. You haven't done it yet, have you?
Nah, maybe in May.
Maybe in May. So we got this fight coming up on February 19th against Paul Carroll. To talk about this fight, what do you know about Mr. Carroll?
I know that all his wins come by way of knockout. He can punch, and he likes to switch from righty to southpaw. So this should be another entertaining fight because just like my last opponent, he was a southpaw, but he liked to switch. So this is definitely going to be one for the fans again.
It's a good segue into your last opponent, Blake Quintana, back in October. I recall it's something that like really struck me that night during your fight. You won another ABF title, the ABF Atlantic featherweight title,
Yes, sir.
and even though they're not the biggest titles in the world, you were very emotional grabbing that belt. I mean, it
Yes.
really meant a lot to you to win that championship.
Yes, sir. It did because just like coming up in boxing, just coming up period. Like I never won anything, and for me to like win that was so big for me. Like that was one of the happiest days of my life. So I really appreciate that, and I appreciate Tony and Kristen Jetta for actually giving me the platform to actually perform and win that title. So
So I
big
mean,
shout outs to them.
was it because you just mentioned you started late, you're an older guy, and you always have that belt, and I know you're going to try to add to it on February 19th.
Absolutely.
In your trophy case, was that like the emotional part of it?
Um, yeah, actually, yeah. It was
I
like
mean, you
wow, like
fell to your knees and everything when you won that fight.
yeah, it was just overwhelming. Like I accomplished something like that in the sport of boxing. Like I'm living out my dream, and I'm actually a champion now. Like that felt so great.
And now you're going from the Atlantic to winning the ABF, trying to win the ABF featherweight title against Paul Carroll. Obviously, you always bring a great fan base, and that was the first time I was fortunate enough to see a fight at the Live Casino Hotel in Hanover, Maryland, down there. All you guys, and especially you pack them in there. You bring people, and they're very boisterous.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are, and that was a nice crowd. I have, believe, had around 200, maybe 220 there for fans for me.
And how, like I said, we were just talking about how emotional you were to win that title. I mean, how much extra does it feel to share it with those people, to win it in front of them, to win it, over 200, you brought over 200 people to, a show. And how great is it to share in that experience with these people? Some will probably have known you since you were your daughter's age.
Right, like to share it with my family was like very big. They were very proud of me. but it's also meant a lot to share with a lot of my ex coworkers. Like I had a lot of the Baltimore City Police Department there, and it's like it wasn't just for me. Like I wanted for them too. Like they felt as though like I was in, they were in the ring too. Like from every punch. So just to have that support and have them feel like that title is theirs too, that means a lot as well.
Did you bring the belt to the precinct?
No, because I didn't stay in Maryland that long. I actually left the next day, but they got to see it right after the fight. A lot of people, we took pictures with it. They held it, and they kept saying, "Hey, we can't wait for the next fight."
Well, what's the game plan in terms of, you know, like you said, you're doing well. You're bringing people. You're fighting these fights for these regional title belts. Do you eventually, if you get to 9 or 10 and 0, you know, want to take like that real step up, maybe fight a top rank or one of those kind of fighters? Is that like the goal for you? I guess maybe long range.
Um, Long range, yes, but the main thing is to always listen to whatever Tony tells me, especially since he's been there. So
Mhm.
I'm not a young guy. I'm just not going to go off and do my own things. I'm going to always listen, especially listen to someone who has the experience there. So whatever Tony tells me to do, that's what we're going to do.
No, you're not that you're not that old. Stop saying I'm not a young guy. You're making yourself sound ancient over there. So, what's it like fighting in that venue? It's a big venue, and Tony, you know, packs them in there. He brings you know, a lot of fighters such as yourself who have that nice local fan base. What's it like? It's a pretty big venue. It's a nice sized venue.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? I mean, and it gives you that big time feeling there.
Absolutely. And it's just exciting just to like be under those lights and just be like, wow, I'm fighting inside of a casino in front of 4,000 people. Like that's huge. That's the biggest crowd I ever fought in front of. So like it's just a surreal feeling. Like it just feels good.
So we got this fight on February the 19th. Obviously your first fight of the year. What you know, if everything goes well, how many fights you want to get in this year?
Maybe maybe 4 or 5.
You said you'd like to come back in May. I know Tony is going to come back to Philadelphia in early May.
We'll
So I
be
mean,
there.
is that something that you want to get back to Philly?
Absolutely, man. I love it in Philly too, especially at the 2300 arena. Like that is awesome there. And also after that fight, I'm going to make sure I track you down, and me and you going to gyms. I'm taking on that Philly taco.
I was in gyms yesterday, to be honest with you.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, I indulged in a little steak sandwich yesterday afternoon. Don't tell anyone.
Oh
So,
man,
what do
I'm
you want?
jealous.
What do you want to say to the fans out there before we let you go? I know it's Friday night. You want to get back to your daughter. I can hear I can hear the disco lights in the background. The big party for the 1 year old is going on in the Chambers house. What do you want to tell the
Absolutely.
What do you want to tell the fans out there?
All fans, if you don't have tickets, get your tickets now. Follow me, underscore team dot Brody. I have a few tickets still left on hand. You don't want to miss this fight. It's probably going to be more exciting than the last fight. If not, it's going to equal that fight. Just be prepared to come out and just see it. Just a good night of boxing from top to bottom.
You said, "Real, get back to Carroll for me." You said he's a knockout puncher. Is he a guy that likes to stand there and slug, or is he more of a guy who sits back and, you know, he's more of a maybe a one shot kind of guy?
Um, he has some power. He's not really like a one shot power. His boxing is all right. He does stand there at times, but he switches and he moves back. He's a little awkward.
A little awkward, but I would imagine that you have a little some for him to think about on February the 19th. Brandon Chambers, we thank you for
Absolutely.
just a few minutes of your time on this Friday night. I know you had a long day at the gym, and we will see
Absolutely.
you on Saturday night, February 19th, live casino hotel in Hanover, Maryland. Brandon, thank you again, and as usual, we'll talk to you along the way.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mark, and thank everyone out there. And big shout out to the best promotion company in the world, Jetta Promotion. Thank you, Tony, and thank you, Krista.
Tony loves hearing that. So we'll talk to you along the way, and maybe we'll get you on after the fight. After fight week.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.